Hey YouTube. You know, you know how I do. Don't do videos for a while, and then like one topic will make me think of something else I want to say about another topic. This topic is not related to the other one, but something that I was thinking when I was talking kind of made me think about something. It was sort of like a little domino effect. Anyway, I was thinking about how family is so important, but how family itself pulls and tugs at your heartstrings. And yes, I did just pull out an eye booger or something. I don't know what it is. My eye starts watering. Anyway, I was just thinking about how family is so nice to have, and I think about my own family. Of course, I love my family, and I have truly been blessed. I have my mother and my father. They still live together, so I don't have to go visit them separately. We don't have to, split up the holidays and decide who's gonna, we're gonna hang with this one on this holiday or whatever. So we're blessed in that regard that we don't have to do that. But I thought about how important fathers are in kids' lives, because that stuff affects you years later. You still long for or question or have issues from or about not having your father there. And I'm saying that because I thought about when my mom, who just seems to have such a tough exterior, talked about her dad, and I wasn't supposed to cry. Don't cry. When she started talking about her dad and his absence thereof, don't do it. Oh, I'm trying to catch it, y'all. Started thinking about my mom talking and expressing herself about her dad, who walked out on them when she was like 10 or somewhere in that way. And my mom is the type who never cries about too many things. If she cries silently or by herself. Throughout the many years, I'm not kidding, I rarely saw my mom cry. I couldn't have even told you what things wouldn't make her cry. But my dad is the barrel of water. My dad will cry on every set, like me. But when my mom was expressing to us how she could not recall one single thing that her father had bought her, not one, y'all. She couldn't think of one single time that her father took her out somewhere and did anything, something with her. She couldn't think of one. She couldn't think of any time at all of a nice day that they had spent together, or just sitting around, I don't know if they had TV when she was younger. I'm not really sure how old. I mean, it's not like my mom's that old, but I'm saying I don't know, because they were kind of poor when they were that little, so I don't know what type of things they had. But whatever they did back in the days to build family bonds, she doesn't remember them doing anything at all. Not going out to work in the fields together and making it a family affair, and him talking to them or giving her advice or anything. To see my mom cry, I lost it, of course. But it just lets me know how important a father is. Because at 63, my mom still hurts for her father. Now, she had a wonderful stand-in. My you know, he's my grandfather to me. I've never thought of him as my step grandfather, because he's not. He's my grandma married a wonderful man who took on all of her kids. They never had any kids together. He brought one kid to the marriage, and she brought 5 to the marriage. And he loved and took care of them, and he was a good man. But so she was able to get an idea of what a good father was. But I think at the age that he stepped in, a lot of stuff had already settled into her psyche. You know what I mean? A lot of the bad, and a lot of the upset, and a lot of the feelings that she would, you know, internalize had already been set in place. And she said she couldn't think of one single reason to love him, and she hated him for years. For years, she said she just hated him because she just couldn't understand, especially after having her own kids. She couldn't understand how a daddy could leave his kids. And she was so sad to see her read to us different things that she had put together to talk about her dad. She said so I don't know if this was an actual scripture or she saw this in a book writing somewhere. I thank God for my father who gave me life. She said that's the only thing that she could think of to make herself feel better and not hate him, and actually start the forgiving process. This was this Father's Day, guys. This Father's Day that just passed, that my mother is just starting to learn how to forgive him and to let a lot of the hate go, because she said, I thank God for my father who gave me life. I thought that was pretty profound. I wish you fathers would know how important you are. I wish women would know how important fathers are, and allow fathers that want to be in their kids' lives. You're hurting your children when you don't allow their fathers to participate. Whatever little that they are going to participate, I think it behooves you to allow them to be the father that they have the capacity to be. They might not be perfect. They may not be what you want them to be. But if they are willing to be a father, allow them, because it's important to the children. And as the children get older, if they decide they no longer want that parent in their lives because they felt like they were inadequate, or they didn't help, or they weren't there, or they were absent, then so be it. But don't you interfere. Allow a father or a mother. It just happens that I think it happens a lot more often with fathers, but fathers and mothers, allow them in your children's lives. And fathers that don't want to be there, you should. You should. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of questions and doubts, and just a lot of pain, when you're not there for your kids. And again, I was blessed to have a father, and he was a wonderful father. He still is a wonderful father. But anyway, all right, I think I went longer than I anticipated on this one. All right, that's all.